everyone, welcome back to our channel IELTS LangGo. Today's video is about a new but familiar series about the Cambridge IELTS test from book 12. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. To begin today's lesson, let's start with Test 1, Passage 1 for the reading skill. First, we're going to have a look at what the title of the reading passage is. First, let's look at the requirements for this passage. You should spend about 20 minutes on questions 1 to 13, which are based on reading passage 1 below. So, the total number of questions in this passage is 13. Make sure you don't miss any when you do the task. Alright, now let's see what type of questions there are. For the questions 1 to 5, we'll have to deal with true, false, or not given questions. So our task here is reading for details to identify whether the information given is true or false or not given. Now, let's take some time to read through the passage and note down what each passage is talking about. The first paragraph provides the cork's features. The second paragraph seems to explain more about each feature of cork oak and how it is used in real life. The third paragraph, as you can see, states the locations that have suitable weather for planting cork oaks. Paragraph 4 explains the process and duration of planting to harvesting. Paragraph 5 discusses the process of harvesting cork. The termination of the cork monopoly and the transition of the use of cork to the aluminium screw is mentioned in paragraph 6. The last paragraph indicates the benefits of using cork, in contrast to the previous paragraph. Some environmental benefits that are promising for the future are listed here. Now we're going to do the questions from 1 to 5. Let's look at the first statement. The cork oak has the thickest bark of any living tree. Here we can refer to the first or second paragraph, which talks about the features of cork oaks. As we can see, the author mentioned the following phrases in passage 1. Cork, a thick bark of oak tree. And in passage 2, its bark grows up to 20 centimeters in thickness. Can we conclude from this information that cork has the thickest bark? Of course not. To know whether it is the thickest one, we have to find a comparison with other kinds of trees. But we can't find any comparison in these two first paragraphs. So this statement is not given. The second statement is scientists have developed a synthetic cork with the same cellular structure as natural cork. This statement still talks about features, but mentions more detailed characteristics, so we should look for it in the second paragraph. He says that the bark of the cork oak has a particular cellular structure, with about 40 million cells per cubic centimeter. That technology has never succeeded in replicating. The phrase "never succeeded in replicating" here means that people can't make a copy of cork with the same quality. The phrase "have developed" in the statement is contrasted with "never succeeded in replicating" in the passage. So the answer is false. Next one. Individual cork oak trees must be left for 25 years between the first and second harvest. We can see the word harvest, so the information should be located in paragraphs 4 or 5. In paragraph 4, we can see some keywords as in the statement individual, 25 years. Let's see what the author said. From the planting of a cork sapling to the first harvest takes 25 years, and a gap of approximately a decade must separate harvest from an individual tree. So the gap of 25 years is the time between the planting to the first harvest. It's not between the first harvest to the second one. Separate harvest here can be understood as between the first and second harvest, which is just 10 years or a decade. So this statement is false. We come to the next one. Cork bark should be stripped in dry atmospheric conditions. It's quite easy to spot the information for this statement. In the last sentences of paragraph 4, he wrote that if the bark is stripped on a day when it's too cold or when the air is damp, the tree will be damaged. It means that you have to strip it in the dry weather, in the summer, as indicated before that. You even have to wait for the right kind of summer's day to harvest cork. So this statement is true. Let's do the last statement. The only way to remove the bark from cork oak trees is by hand. This statement is about the way to harvest the cork. So you should find it in the 5th paragraph. At the beginning of paragraph 5, the author said that no mechanical means of stripping cork bark has been invented. So the job is done by teams of highly skilled workers. The phrase stripping cork bark is synonymous with to remove the bark. So it means that they don't use any tools to remove the cork barks. The only way to do it is by hand of the highly skilled workers. This statement is true. I believe that you have learned more about reading techniques in this lesson. I hope you have found this lesson helpful in preparing for your IELTS test. If you want to sign up for IELTS courses here at LangGo, then click on the link below. Please remember to like, share and subscribe for more videos. I'm Lavon from LangGo Learning System. See you next time.